A recently distributed video claims that Megan Thee Stallion paid to have Tory Lanez assassinated while he was incarcerated. According to reports, fresh evidence in their case was about to be made public.
Tory was stabbed 14 times just days after a major national news outlet reached out to Megan Pete's team about a story on new evidence in this case.
Now that everyone is curious as to whether Megan really paid to have him taken out to stop that evidence from being made public, let's get started. Tory, currently serving a 10-year term for allegedly shooting Megan Thee Stallion, reportedly had a significant fall while incarcerated. According to multiple sources of the May 12, 2025 video that went viral online, the Tory was after another inmate at the California Correctional Institution in Tehachapi stabbed Tory an astounding 14 times. The California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation reported that Tory received prompt medical assistance and was transported to an outside hospital. Imagine getting struck in the back 7 times. This wasn't a small altercation. Most people don't leave you with a pounding that's 1 in your face, 2 in the back of your head, and 4 in your chest. Tory was placed on breathing equipment and suffered severe injuries, including collapsed lungs. But his attorney, Jose Baez, told TMZ that Tory is in a good mood and is expected to get better. At this point, things start to get extremely interesting. Rumors that Megan Thee Stallion was involved went viral on social media as soon as it was revealed that Tory had captured these shanks. According to some of Tory's supporters, this was related to Me and Her. Jay-Z and Megan Thee Stallion should be held responsible for Tory Lanez's status, according to one ex-team member. Tory has now been stabbed 14 times for a crime he did not commit, he said, and Jay paid for the cover-up to protect his artist. Another poster claimed that Megan Thee Stallion had framed Tory's message, accusing her of weapon in Calabasas in 1942 while drunk and jealous, which resulted in a fake shooting that she orchestrated. Another individual continued, saying, Megan Thee Stallion fans are wrong for questioning whether Tory was stabbed when they've been defending a compulsive liar this entire time. Tory Lanez is the subject of fan suspicion by referencing an early police report that stated Megan stepped on glass. One user sought to maintain the conspiracy theory by suggesting that she staged the event. Nothing, however, directly connects Megan to the incident at the prison, or at least indicates that she is dealing with any serious consequences. The user accused Megan of altering her narrative and lying under oath. Lanez. But this is the tea that Megan denied as an early falsehood. She was told in court that she did this because she was afraid and because Tory's father had raged the day top.
The only independent witness in this courtroom is a man whose name is Sean Kelly. He came to court, and our attorneys, he would not even shake their hand.
Truth under oath was the reason Megan Thee Stallion walked into that LA courtroom that day, not bars or billboard numbers. Her initial remarks were impactful as she stood in front of the jury and told them everything she attended, despite her disbelief that she had to experience it in front of strangers. It all started at a party in the Hollywood Hills that Kylie Jenner threw. And Megan claims that after the event, the mood darkened when she got into it after she made a joke about his musical prowess, which clearly touched a nerve. Tension swiftly escalated, and Megan requested to get out of the car because she was tired of the back and forth. According to an argument with Tory, Tory started yelling for Megan to dance. And then she heard gunshots, leaving a blood trail at the scene as proof of the damage, the jury was told. According to her, he fired a revolver. She wasn't the only one who said it, and it was true. Prior to the bullets flying and the headlines taking over, her companion apparently sent Megan's security a direct message shortly after the shots, asking for help and claiming that Tory had shot Megan beyond professional jargon. Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez's romance was flourishing behind the scenes with energy, collaborations, and plenty of late-night hookups. In the months leading up to the 2020 movie, sparking rumors of a closer bond than their first musical affinity. During the quarantine period, Megan frequently appeared as a guest on Tory's live broadcast of his viral quarantine radio. The connection? Banter, jokes, and vibes were all enjoyed by fans because they felt organic. After that, they started to show up in the same locations, hosting parties in small spaces and hanging out in studios. Especially during the pandemic's height, when most individuals were confined, the rumors started to spread. Tory was even caught kicking it multiple times at Megan's crib. Did they have a deeper relationship beyond friendship? Although neither of them openly admitted to having a relationship, they also weren't hiding it. The music used in the Instagram lives at one point gave the impression that they were playing it low-key romantic. There was conflict that felt more than just platonic. While Tory was riding his chick's tape 5 times, Megan was recovering from a crazy run with Savage blowing up. Despite their riches, youth, and good looks, their personal lives weren't as simple as they seemed. According to multiple sources, their relationship swiftly deteriorated, resulting in conflicts and problems with jealousy control. On the night of the shooting, booze and ego clashed strongly, causing emotions to run high. While some insiders thought Tory was jealous of Megan's increasing reputation, others stated it started when Megan started concentrating on other men. Before it all descended into pandemonium that July night, Tory and Megan were seen at the party, looking calm and even playful. However, none of that was ever officially confirmed. From viral moments and inside jokes to courtrooms and criminal charges, their relationship terminated in a single night, despite the fact that they were close. Probably lovers, unquestionably collaborators, and constantly near each other. After the incident, Megan first kept quiet and unfollowed Tory, but she subsequently went public on Instagram Live and named him as the shooter before the gunfire started. According to some, Tory and Kylie were growing a bit too close, which might have the recent attack on Tory Lane prison raises questions about whether Megan set up Tory or whether she was the spark that started the fire. Many conversations about what Stallion might be going through right now and the trial in October 2020 have been triggered by her silence regarding the incident. Carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm and assault with a semi-automatic firearm were the 2 felony charges against Tory, from getting in touch with her or approaching her within 100 yards. Nevertheless, Tory again flouted the order in 2021, performing at Rolling Loud with Megan in attendance, leading to an increase in his bail from $190,000 to $250,000. He was detained in April 2022 after making a social media remark that was meant to false information spread like wildfire during this pre-trial phase, when Megan's bond was raised to $350,000. DJ Academics asserted via tweet in February 2022 that Tory was not linked to the firearm by DNA. Tory's attorney explained that the pistol had 4 participants and that the DNA results were unclear. And the trial finally started in December 2022. In her testimony, Megan claimed that Tory had offered her $1 million to keep quiet and apologize, saying he was excessively drunk. In her contradictory evidence, Kelsey Harris, a witness to the December 23, 2022 incident, denied witnessing Tory's shoot while asserting immunity. The jury found Tory guilty on all 3 counts, but he wasn't sentenced until August 2023. After a 2-day hearing, prosecutors pointed to his effort to degrade and re-traumatize people, and Tory was given a 10-year jail sentence. In his sentencing ruling, Judge David Hereford expressly mentioned Tory's post-shooting harassment as an aggravating circumstance. The defense suggested Kelsey Harris might have been the shooter based on inconclusive DNA evidence that was found on the gun and included for contributors. Megan's first remarks about the shooting were also highlighted. Music, notably his 2020 album Daystar, and social media were used to challenge Megan. Broken glass raised questions about her integrity, and the hip-hop community was deeply split during the entire event. Megan received support from artists like Tana Burke and JoJo Connie, who condemned the mistrust and mistreatment she experienced. Following the revelation of trial evidence, 50 Cent initially questioned her story before apologizing. But some fans and musicians, like Drake and Iggy Lee, seemed to agree with Lance Drake's 2022 song Coco Loco, which hinted Megan was lying. Aaliyah said asterisk by submitting habeas corpus petitions, asserting real innocence and citing insufficient evidence. He challenged his conviction. His lawyers submitted a motion in July 2024, citing a statement from driver Joe Smith, alleging Kelsey Harris was in possession of a firearm. However, this was dismissed as non-new evidence. While Tory was serving his term, a letter supporting Lane at his sentencing maintained the misleading campaign in spite of the court decisions. What is the real plot? False social media posts, such as one from DJ Academics, stated in October 2024 that an appeals court had declared Tory innocent. Alex Spiro, Megan's attorney, threatened legal action once these allegations were quickly denied. Let's travel back in time to the start of this whole tale. During the pandemic lockdown on July 12, 2020, an incident in the Hollywood Hills irrevocably changed Megan's and the professional lives of Tory. Yes, that is Kylie Jenner. After the event, at her crib, a pool party kicked off the evening. Megan Tory Lanez's real name is Megan Pete Dayer Peterson, the stallion's real name. Court testimony claims that while Tory's driver, bodyguard, Daquan Smith and Megan's friend Kelsey Harris were in an SUV together, something went wrong. According to reports, there was an argument in the car, which Megan detailed in.
We fuss about silly stuff all the time, but I never put my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud. Like, this was one of them times where it was like, it shouldn't have got this crazy.
The situation rapidly became out of control. According to Megan's testimony, as she exited the vehicle, Tory allegedly fired multiple shots at her feet.
Right. That it did. So I get out the car and it's like everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming, he said, dance, and he started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, he shot a couple of times.
Megan initially claimed that broken glass was to blame for her injuries, but she later disclosed that structural issues made her doubt the authorities and worry that things would get worse. This initial deception will eventually turn into a significant point of contention and plots. Approximately 4:30 a.m., the LAPD was notified of gunfire in the same day that after Tory was arrested that morning for carrying a hidden weapon in a car and freed on $35,000 bail. The Hollywood Hills area was mainly quiet. Megan, however, went live on Instagram on August 20th, 2020, to demonstrate that Tory Lanez was the shooter. She made this statement in public to deny rumors that were being circulated to remove any doubt. Tory's team posted images of her injuries. This is where it gets even. We now have a whole picture of what happened after it was said that Messier Tory's team sent false letters to media outlets posing as 300 Entertainment. Megan's label, claiming that she refused to testify against him. Throughout the lawsuit, this kind of behind-the-scenes work would go on. Megan took her legal game to the next level in October 2024, when she sued blogger Magro Gromriel, named Magro Cooper, for defamation. People don't believe any of that and are accusing Megan of several things, which may lead to some challenging circumstances in the future. The lawsuit claims that Grams was disseminating misleading information as Tory's pawn, including deepfake videos and bogus claims of missing evidence. Megan was prepared to confront not just Tory, but also his whole network of supporters. And by December 2024, she had asked for a restraining order against him, alleging that he was harassing her from behind jail by utilizing third parties. After a hearing, Graham's interim order, which had been issued in November 2024, was extended until January 9, 2030, which is 5 years of legally mandated separation. Additionally, Megan's legal team produced some alarming receipts, including call logs from the prison that revealed Tory collaborating with bloggers like Magrograms to spread misleading information, such as the gun being absent from the evidence. In February 2025, Megan was able to interrogate Lanez under oath for the first time since the shooting, when a judge allowed her to electronically depose him for her case against Grams. Social media was still active though, as Megan's attorney, Alex Spiro, quickly denied this allegation and confirmed that the gun was still in the possession of the LAPD, a battleground where misinformation spreads faster than truth while community. Notes and journalists like Megan Cuniff tried to dispel these myths. DJ Academics, Daily Loud, and others exploited posts on sites like X to disseminate lies that had already been proven untrue. Often, Tory's support workers had already caused the harm, including in a movement called Unite the People, exacerbated Tory's legal worries by presenting procedural court decisions as victories, which stoked false accusations of innocence that swiftly gained traction on social media. Megan was retracting her account. In her own words, her documentary from October 2024 detailed her struggles with anxiety and sadness following the in her powerful New York Times op-ed. She was viewed by many as a survivor speaking her truth, and the documentary bolstered her support by giving viewers a close-up look at the toll this situation took on her mental health. Megan brought attention to the urgent need to stand up for Black women, promoting feminist debate and forcing society to confront challenging truths about who becomes protected and embraced in our society. Tory Lanez was stabbed 14 times in California Correctional Institution on May 12, 2025. All conversations were immediately rekindled by the attack, which Tory supporters used as evidence that he was innocent and not being singled out. Posts on social media immediately erupted with theories that Megan was either funding or participating in her reported activities acquired traction even though there was no supporting proof. This is a typical illustration of how stories can become their own thing, especially when there is already a great deal of disagreement in the public. There was a risk of death because several of the first posts overstated Tory's health, saying he was in critical condition or on life support. Even it is noteworthy that the distressing aspects of this case have led to skewed conjecture, despite later reports showing Tory was breathing on his own. These posts falsely stated he had 2 stab wounds to his skull and that he was still on life support. Tory supporters like DJ Academics have previously spread unsupported claims. Furthermore, given his pleadings, his defense team and supporters may disseminate tales of Megan's guilt in an attempt to alter public opinion. Megan's supporters, meanwhile, are emphasizing that there was no connection between her and the violence inside the jail environment.
Let's start by making it very clear that Meg Thee Stallion is not on trial. This is not Meg Thee Stallion versus Tory Lanez. This is the state versus Tory Lanez, a trial in which Meg has testified in because Tory has been accused of shooting Meg in the feet in July 2020.
Tory's legal team is filing some fresh claims in the wake of the shooting on May 12th. Although Tory Lanez, who is legally known as Dyer Peterson, is presently behind bars, his legal team is far from done. On May 14th, it revealed a plethora of new receipts that demonstrate that Tory did not draw the trigger on the night Megan Thee Stallion was shot in the Hollywood Hills. Tory's trial was poisoned from the start by media hype, politics, and bias. From the bench, according to John O'Caldwell, who has been working relentlessly to ensure Tory gets the fair shot he was never given. Unite the People, a non-profit organization of attorneys and activists battling for justice on the streets, held the conference. All of this occurred only a few days ago. Asterisk interview 1435-1450. Tory's legal team is filing some fresh claims in the wake of the shooting on May 12th. Although Tory Lanez, who is legally known as Dyer Peterson, is presently behind bars, his legal team is far from done. On May 14th, it revealed a plethora of new receipts that demonstrate that Tory did not draw the trigger on the night Megan Thee Stallion was shot in the Hollywood Hills. Tory's trial was poisoned from the start by media hype, politics, and bias. From the bench, according to John Caldwell, who has been working relentlessly to ensure Tory gets the fair shot he was never given. Unite the People, a non-profit organization of attorneys and activists battling for justice on the streets, held the conference. All of this occurred only a few days ago. Tory allegedly suffered stab wounds to his face, body, and back of his skull after being stabbed in jail by Santino Casio, a convicted murderer currently serving a life sentence for murder. Tory has been recovering at a Bakersfield hospital since things became so bad that Tory had to be airlifted out to survive, according to his father, Sunstar Peterson. Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, is being pressured to step in and bring Tory home, saying that the system went terribly wrong. Caesar McDowell, the CEO, took the initiative to express what many had been thinking. It's time to bring the man back and quit playing. In support of this, lawyer Walter Roberts offered a different version of what happened that evening, asserting that Tory wasn't the one who the bullets were fired. He alleges that Megan's former best friend, Kelsey Harris, fired 3 rounds. During a fight with Megan, Tory reportedly tried to stop her by gripping her arm. But Roberts made it clear that 2 more shots were fired. Only Tory's DNA was analyzed, despite the fact that the car contained 3 people, according to Roberts. Tory never touched the pistol, never fired it, and never hit anyone. This is a red flag, even though the pistol had unidentified DNA. Diana London, the head of the Secret Weapon Agency and a woman who has worked on justice reform in Congress, says this case is nasty. She was honest about her belief that Tory is incarcerated for something he did not do. Justice is at stake here, not power. Instead of asking for favors, Tory is asking for the same rights that everyone else would expect. In America, guilt must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and in this case, the doubt is growing. She reminded everyone, pointing out the weak evidence. London asserts that the court failed, and that justice and confidence crumble when courts fail. Journalist John Caldwell, who also shared his results in an opinion piece for the New York Post, said that this was where the real issue started. According to Quell, in a case where Tory had no criminal history, weak witness testimony, or solid forensics, former LA District Attorney George Gascon strengthened Tory's charge, something he rarely did for other defendants. Sell further exposed shortcomings in the evidence's handling, pointing them that other people had gunshot residue on their hands that evening, but only Tory was analyzed in detail. Examination showed that there was a mere 0.01% possibility that he even touched the gun, and the gun's DNA did not match Tory's. The enigma behind Kelsey Harris's 5th-day plea comes next. Caldwell wondered why she would do that if she had nothing to hide, and why she had been given immunity when no one had accused her of anything. Although Megan Thee Stallion and her team have not yet responded, the fight for Tory's release is now intensifying, and there are more questions than answers. The jail's investigative services unit and the Kern County District Attorney's office are now investigating the prison attack. Despite the lack of official notifications, any connection to Megan or suggest that she is dealing with legal problems related to the incident. So what does this give us now that we know the truth? Lanez was convicted of shooting Megan Thee Stallion following a trial that considered a large amount of evidence. His lawyers are asking for a re-examination of the case, and remarks on social media suggest that Megan is. It's important to stay alert even if these narratives aren't supported by evidence, because what we're seeing right now could be a continuation of a pattern that began in 2020: victim blaming, conspiracy theories, and disinformation. Let's take a moment to be honest. Many social media tales and claims have gained traction in the wake of false 2024 claims. of Tory's innocence, which reporters like Megan Cuniff and magazines like Billboard denied. In actuality, there is no verified connection between Megan and the assault on Tory in jail. Although the CDC are acknowledged that Tory had been attacked by another inmate in a housing unit or prison yard, they did not identify any other individuals who were there at the time of the assault. The current situation may be a typical example of the internet doing what it does best, which is to spin outrageous theories around an actual incident. Therefore, we need separate fact from fiction before making any judgments about Megan paying or being in significant trouble. The social media warriors, on the other hand, are perpetuating a tradition of speculative, unsubstantiated conspiracy theories. These instances will continue to be important to comprehending not only this specific case, but also culture in general as the investigations into War's prison attack proceed, and both artists move on with their lives and careers. By the way, please leave your comments in the comment box if you have any fact-based theories that regularly reveal their own prejudices.